The day I got out of prison, I accidentally found a lottery ticket that ended up winning $1 billion. I was so excited. I called my dad right away, but he hung up on me every time I tried calling. I got worried that something had happened, so I ran all the way to our house. But just as I reached the door, I heard my brother's wife complaining inside. Why did he get out? Someone like him should die in prison. Then I heard my mom reply, when he comes back, we'll kick him out. Let him die poor. Hearing them talk like that crushed me. I had gone to prison for my brother, and I was the one who bought this house and took care of them all these years. And this was how they treated me. I wanted to turn and walk away, but I couldn't help myself. I knocked on the door. My mother opened it and pretended to be surprised. Ethan, you're back so soon. Your father just said he was going to pick you up. She looked me up and down and added with a fake sad face, you've suffered so much. You've lost weight. Wishing I hadn't heard what she said earlier and pretending I believed her act, I said, it's okay. Taxis are fast these days. As I walked in, my brother's wife, Vivian, rushed up and started spraying me with disinfectant alcohol like I was covered in dirt. Don't overthink. I'm just getting rid of the bad luck, she said, trying to sound casual. But her face showed how much she looked down on me for being a former prisoner. She clearly forgot that I went to jail for her and Leo. I didn't say a word. I just walked to my old room. Don't bother looking, my father called out. There's no room for you here. He was sitting on the sofa smoking. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts. My return had clearly annoyed him. I stopped and looked at him. Dad, I was only in prison for 3 years. I'm not dead. Don't I at least deserve a room in this house? He put out his cigarette and replied firmly, there are too many people in this house and only a few rooms. There's no room for you. I didn't argue. I just asked, where's Leo? Does he feel the same way? At that moment, my younger brother Leo came out of the bathroom. He looked a bit uncomfortable and said, Ethan, Vivian is 2 months pregnant. We really don't have enough space in the house. But you're my brother. I'll put you first. If you really want to stay, you can use the baby's room. It's already prepared. I said, sure. She won't be born for another 8 months. I'll just stay here for now. Leo's face froze. He looked like he wanted to say something but stopped himself. Vivian, on the other hand, exploded. How can you be so selfish? Can't you see this house is full? And now you want our baby's room? You've got some nerve. I laughed bitterly at her anger and said, we all lived here before. I was just in prison. Your baby isn't even born yet. Why is there no room for me now? Or did you forget that I paid for this house? My father slammed the table and shouted, Ethan, watch your tone. So what if you bought the house? You want to take it away from us after getting out of prison? I said calmly but firmly, I'm not asking for the house. I just want my room. You won't even give me that? He replied, there's no space here. If you want to live somewhere, rent a place yourself. We don't owe you anything. He stared at me coldly, clearly wanting me gone. Don't owe me anything? I repeated, hurt. You begged me to take the blame for Leo. You said I'd be a hero to the family, that you'd reward me. All I'm asking now is for my old room. Is that really too much? Is this your reward? I was filled with emotion. Here's what really happened. Leo and Vivian were driving my car, speeding in the wrong lane, when they hit someone. My parents came to me crying, saying Leo had a bright future. He got into a top university. They said the accident would destroy him. But I was just a regular worker at a small company. They begged me to take the blame, said the family would always be grateful. I didn't do it for a reward. I did it because I loved them. I loved Leo. I sold my car, emptied my bank account, lost my job, paid the damages, and went to prison for 3 years. I took the insults. I kept quiet. I expected warmth when I got back, but all I got was betrayal. Leo looked at me and said, Ethan, I know you're upset, but we also suffered a lot in these 3 years. Having a criminal in the family made people laugh at us. If you live here, people will gossip more. Can't you think of us for once? So this was how he truly felt. I was now a burden to him. I looked at him coldly and said, Leo, don't forget you're the one who should have gone to jail. You brought shame to this family. If you cared about our name, you should have taken responsibility, not hidden behind me while living in the house I bought and blaming me. Leo's face turned red with anger and shame. He snapped back. You took the blame. I already thanked you. What else do you want? You're my older brother. It was your duty. Do you have to keep reminding me of one little thing? To him, me going to prison was like giving him the last piece of chicken at dinner. My father jumped in, like always defending Leo. You want praise for a small favor? You're a useless criminal living off us. What happens when the baby comes? You think we'll still feed you? Vivian rubbed her belly and said coldly, we're expecting a baby. You're not young anymore. You should find your own place. That's the right thing to do. Their words were like knives. My eyes filled with tears. And no wonder you never visited me in prison, I said softly. I told myself you were just busy, but I was wrong. You were just ashamed of me. Then I stood tall and asked clearly, are you all really kicking me out today? Yes, my father answered without even blinking. Leo, Vivian, my mom, they all looked serious. There was no love in their eyes. I nodded and said, fine. From now on, I cut all ties with you. I hope you don't regret it. This family isn't worth it. Then I added, I was going to share $100 million with you from the money I just won. But now it has nothing to do with you. As I turned to leave, Vivian screamed, stop. Everyone stared at me in shock. What money are you talking about? They asked. So I told them I had found a lottery ticket when I got out of prison. I played those numbers and ended up winning $1 billion. They couldn't believe it at first. Maybe you don't either. But it's true. I kept it quiet in the beginning, but now I told them everything. I was planning to give them $100 million. But after they kicked me out and insulted me, I changed my mind. You'd think they would feel guilty. But no, they got angry. They said I should give them the whole billion. They even said if I hadn't gone to prison, I wouldn't have found the ticket. So technically the money was because of them. I couldn't believe it. So I left. I blocked their numbers. But after a few weeks, they did something even crazier. They sued me. Yes, my own family took me to court. They said the prize should go to Leo because he was supposed to go to prison, not me. And he might have found the ticket. It was insane. I hired the best lawyers. I wasn't going to let them take what was mine. During the trial, my lawyer told me to stay silent. He said juries might feel sorry for my family. But when I heard their lies in court, saying I didn't deserve the money, I wanted to scream. Luckily, my lawyer spoke up. He explained everything. He proved that I was innocent, that I had gone to jail unfairly, that giving them my winnings would be wrong. He also demanded compensation for the years I spent in jail, and said Leo should be punished for lying. My family shouted in court that it wasn't fair. They called me ungrateful. I cried. After everything I did, after all the pain I went through, they still wanted to ruin me. In the end, the jury agreed with me. The judge said they had to sell the house to pay me back. Leo was sent to prison. My parents and Vivian were also punished for being part of the lie. I was also charged with pretending to be guilty of the crime, but the judge gave me bail, which I easily paid from the prize money. I could have fought to avoid even that, but I didn't. I wanted them to feel what I had felt for 3 years. Since then, I haven't heard from them. Do you think I did the right thing?